Hey everybody, this is Teslon for Drop Top Tees, and I'm going to show you something I'm doing right now that probably won't apply to the vast majority of you, but if any of you ever play with your exhausts and exhaust tips, this may come in handy someday. As you know from previous videos, we put on a Madness Performance exhaust with quad tips, and the other day I had to go and pick up my wife from work, and I went in an entrance I don't normally go in, and it had a very steep incline, and it knocked one of my tips off. It drug on the back. I wasn't expecting to do that, and so I didn't really slow down as much as I should have and go in at an angle. So it knocked the tip off, and I decided, since I had to get new tips, I was going to switch to a dual tip, one tip per side, and see how I like that. I think it fits in the car on the Classica a little bit better, and so I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. You can see now this doesn't apply if your tips are welded on. Obviously you have to cut the pipe, but if you have a custom tip that you can just unbolt, it has one bolt holding it on. You loosen this up. I'm getting ready to do it over here. It's a very quick process. And of course, now that I said that, it probably won't be a very quick process, but this one was. So there's one thing you're going to have to want to do, most likely, that will make the process a little bit better, because the longer these are on, the more these kind of cinch down and it's hard to break free. So I'll show you a very easy trick. Some of you can probably already guess what it is. And yes, she's filthy right now. After we get done doing this, she's getting a bath. And then I think we're going to go to Sam's Club or something. I'm not going to worry about what size socket and everything we're using, because everybody's tip is going to be different. Like for example, the one I just took off, I needed a 5/8. The new one from Madness, here she is. I'm putting a little Madness on my car. This is a 10 millimeter. So every bolt or nut is going to be a different size, so whatever it takes, you're just going to have to experiment. But I don't even have to jack up the car to do this. Okay. This is totally loose. I'm going to try to pull it off. If it's like the other one, it won't just come off right away. Oh, this one does. Okay, this one's loose. If not, if it's really tied down like my other one was, zap it with WD-40. Here, I'll put it on just to show you. You want to spray it right on the top, right here where the seam comes together. And like I said, I don't need it. I'm just showing you, because I did need to do this on my other side. Just spray some WD-40. Give it a couple minutes to penetrate in, and then it'll be even easier to take off. This one was loose. My other one, I had to put it on there and wait about a minute, and then I could just slowly work it off. So there's the old one. Now the key with this, with the writing, is I have to get it lined up. But this one just slides on. Then you cinch it down. And what I'm doing is making it to where it's about even with the very end here. I'm going to have to crank the heck out of it before it tightens, so. And until it starts to cinch down, you don't really need to worry about the position of the pipe. Does the Madness look straight, like right on top, centered? And does that one look flush with this one?
Move it to the right just a little bit.
What do you mean right? Like this way?
Yes. There you go.
What about?
Yes, it looks pretty flush.
The same as this one?
It looks pretty much good.
And so that was basically 5 minutes each side. The trick again, the longer they've been on, the harder it is to break them free. Once you have the clamp loose, WD-40, spray it right around the band, let it sit for a minute or two, and you should be able to just slide it off after that. For really old ones, you may have to cut them off, but that's how you do it. Feel free to replace at will and get the sound and look that you want. If you like the video, thumbs up. Hit subscribe. See you again next time.